How's it going, guys? It is me, Stateside Footy here, and it has been a minute since I have done an upload. I've missed you guys. I've missed, making videos. I love doing it. We're going to try to do all this video in one take, though, so I don't have to spend too much time editing tonight. I got to build a thumbnail, and I got to get this video out hopefully by Monday. Today is the 2nd. It is Sunday, and I'm going to try to get this out on the 3rd. Hopefully, of course, all of that happens and runs smoothly, so we can get this video up for you guys. And hopefully, I'll be back somewhat part-time, 2-3 videos a week. Hopefully, I'm able to do that. I plan on later this week doing an MLS predictions for the season. I know we're about 5 weeks in. I'm looking for my list of things that I had written down to do. And then the following week, I plan on having a Europa League and UCL picks for those sections of the tournament that we're currently in here next week. It'll be, next week, the 11th, the 12th, and 13th that will start. And then, so we're going to take a look today at the 3 managers that have been sacked and the teams and who they should replace them with. So obviously, if you've been living under a rock, Leicester City sacked Brendan Rodgers, Chelsea sacked Graham Potter, and Tottenham sacked Antonio Conte about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right before the international break, or it may have been during the international break. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but we're going to go ahead and look at the top name of every team in the odds, and then obviously look at some common names between the teams, between teams that are, managers that are looking at between Tottenham and Chelsea, and then some outside names that I like, and then even some immediate no's that managers that are possibilities that I really just don't like. Starting off with Leicester City, though, we're going to look at the top manager there on the odds. It is Graham Potter. He's already expected to take the job at Leicester immediately after losing his job at Chelsea. Personally, I think this would be a good pickup for Leicester, but I could also see the other side of the coin, the flip side of the coin, where Graham Potter may need a break. I mean, that Chelsea job was clearly a stressful environment for him. It's a toxic workplace, and I could see him wanting a break as well. A few other names, you've got Rafa Benitez, Thomas Frank, John Dahl Thomason of Blackburn Rovers, Bielsa, Pochettino, Hasenhüttl, Ange Postecoglou, and Adam Sadler of Northern Ireland, and he's also the caretaker manager of Leicester City. Those are the top 9 options based on Betfair odds. For Chelsea and Tottenham, both the top option is Julian Nagelsmann, and then Mauricio Pochettino. It's 7-2 odds. 7/2. I don't really know how fraction betting odds work. I'm not a bettor. But Nagelsmann and Pochettino for Chelsea and Tottenham are the top options. Chelsea's also got Zidane rounding out their top 3, and then Oliver Glasner of Frankfurt rounds out Tottenham's top 3. So some common names between all 3 teams. Thomas Frank and Pochettino is linked with possible moves to all 3 of those teams. Between Tottenham and Chelsea, you've got Nagelsmann, Zidane, and Glasner as potential options for those 3, or for those 2, according to the betting odds. Some outside names that I like that have either been mentioned in the betting odds or haven't been mentioned at all. I like the idea of Postecoglou possibly going to any of those 3 teams. Ange Postecoglou, if you don't know him, he is the Celtic manager. De Zerbi of Brighton going to Tottenham potentially. I also like Vincent Kompany going to Tottenham as well. I wouldn't mind Oliver Glasner of Frankfurt going over to Chelsea. I think that would be a good option for them. Good, long-term project manager potentially. Amorim of Sporting over in Portugal could be an option for Chelsea as well. And then Nagelsmann, I wouldn't mind him going to Chelsea or Tottenham. I think he would be a success at either. Maybe as an Arsenal fan, I don't want him going to either of those options, but I think he'd be a very good manager for either team. So I'm kind of hoping neither of them get him. So a few immediate no's that I saw in the betting odds. I think Thomas Frank's not really going to take either of these jobs. I don't think he wants the Leicester job, and I don't think he's going to get the Chelsea or Tottenham job. So that's an immediate no for me. Another immediate no is Diego Simeone. He's linked with the Chelsea job. For some reason, he's at 12-1 odds for that job. I don't see that happening. I think João Felix will kill over if that happens. I think he's finally enjoying himself. I don't think that's going to happen. Rounding out the top 3, the 3rd place for Chelsea is Zinedine Zidane. And in fact, he's also currently sat in 7th with 14-1 odds of taking Tottenham. Zinedine Zidane is not going to take either of those jobs. Everybody on planet Earth knows Zinedine Zidane is waiting on one job and one job only, and that is the France job. He wants to take the France job, and I don't see him taking any other jobs until then. Another option that I immediately said no to was Stellini for Tottenham. I mean, he's the interim manager at Tottenham, and let's face it, if Tottenham give him or Ryan Mason the job, they are screwing themselves. I promise you, if either of those, Ryan Mason or Stellini, become the manager, Harry Kane is out the door. If he's not already 1 foot out the door, he will put both feet out of the door if they go and hire Christian Stellini for the manager position at Tottenham. So obviously, quite a few good options. Roberto De Zerbi is linked to the Tottenham job. Brendan Rodgers, for some reason, mentioned for the Chelsea job. That's an immediate no for me as well. Jose Mourinho is 14-1 odds of taking the Chelsea job. Not going to happen. Luis Enrique, 11-1 odds. I doubt that happens. Although I have seen some support from Chelsea fans on Twitter for Luis Enrique to take the job. I've also seen it for Tottenham fans as well. He's 9-1 odds of going to Tottenham. I could see that as well. I'm not quite sure. I don't know too much about him as a manager. I haven't watched much of him as a manager, obviously being an international manager over the past few years, But he does have a reputation. I do know his name because of his reputation, and so that obviously means a lot there. I doubt De Zerbi leaves early into his Brighton stint, but it could happen, and so that's a name that I've kind of put in the hat. And of course, I've mentioned Ange Postecoglou already of Celtic. I think he is going to make a step up. I do think he's going to move around. And I'm going to go ahead and give my 3 picks for the manager position and give you each one a little bit of background. I still, despite it being a short-term break, I do think Leicester go out and get Graham Potter. I do think he is going to want to get back out there in the management. I think the longer he takes a break away, the harder it's going to be for him to get a position, considering this Chelsea job has fallen flat for him. To be fair, though, most teams don't hold it against you if you struggle at Chelsea. Not many managers have been at Chelsea long-term since Abramovich took over, and now Todd Bowley sacked 2 managers in 1 year. Especially funny considering he wants a long-term project from his manager, but to each their own. For Chelsea, I think Chelsea go out and spend big. I think Todd Bowley wants to go out there and get his job, get his guy eventually. And that, for me, is Julian Nagelsmann. I think that's his guy. I am a little bit concerned about what he's going to do at Chelsea, how he's going to turn things around, because he was doing very well at Bayern Munich. I couldn't believe he got sacked. I don't know why he got sacked, but that is what happened, and now he's going to end up at Chelsea, in my opinion. I think that's where he's going to end up, but obviously let me know what you guys think. Do you think Tottenham swoops in and gets Nagelsmann? Let me know in the comment section below, and of course, the last one for me, Tottenham's manager, it's got to be De Zerbi. Roberto De Zerbi of Brighton. I think they should go out and get him. I know we just watched a Brighton manager fall flat in London. Now we're taking another Brighton manager and bringing him to London again. I could see it failing, but I do think Roberto De Zerbi deserves. I do think De Zerbi deserves a opportunity to manage a top team. I think he's an excellent manager. But that's my 3 picks. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. I'll see you guys hopefully Wednesday. Peace.